Drinking buddies, what are my top favorite single barrels in my collection? Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So I was challenged to give my top 5 favorite single barrels that I own. And I guess I'm going to have to challenge some other people. So Steven from Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, Carlos from the Whiskey Corner. We are going to challenge Doc from Old Fashioned Ways. We are going to challenge the Bourbon Jerk. And we are going to challenge the Whiskey Hutch. No, the Bourbon Hutch. All right, drinking buddies. Some honorable mentions. I put them up here. Russell single barrels. These are great. They're wonderful, but I feel like everybody knows about them, and I feel like I did come up with some better things than those. I know that's kind of crazy. That's almost blasphemy in the whiskey community, but this is really good. I have some things I like more. Knob Creek single barrels. These are really, really, really solid, especially this one I got from Nana's, but like I said, I have some stuff I like a little bit more. Uncle Nearest single barrels. Something maybe you guys don't know that much about. You can get one at Barrel Proof. They are really tasty. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proofs. This is another pick from Nana's. This is a wonderful whiskey. Love the banana bread flavor. If we were talking single barrel rye, it'd be my favorite. But slightly better options down here. New Riff single barrels. Wonderful. This is an R/bourbon pick. It is great. It is one of the best single barrels that I own. Didn't quite make the cut. And last up, this Willet Purple Top. This is a 6-year bourbon at 124 proof. It is wonderful. I am nursing it because it is so good. But it is very expensive and borderline more expensive than it should be. So we have to talk about the ones that fit. But first, I have Crittenden's Cut Above Stogie Batch here, 112 proof. I originally was going to use this in a video on its own, or maybe against Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, but YouTube doesn't like it when you use the words stogie or cigar in the name of the video, so it's hard to talk about it because your video will be demonetized. The nose is really nice, and it is very tobacco, like leather forward. Oh, wow. That is very wild. That is raisiny, brown sugar, bourbon vanilla. The initial palate is like, oh, there's no heat here. And then the finish is very hot. So kind of weird. The initial palate, I'd say, is like 90 proof. And the finish is like, 120. Tobacco, leather, brown sugar. This is solid whiskey. This is really good. My number 5. Now this one is borderline not as good as this Willet Purple Top, because it's probably not, but I'm gonna give it the nod just purely because it costs like less than half, and it is still really solid, and it's a little easier to come by, so it's a still Austin single barrel, and this one's 116 proof. This happens to be a Total Wine pick. Or is it Total Wine pick? Or is it just 116 proof single barrel? It is not a Total Wine pick, it's just 116 proof single barrel. Really solid stuff. Man, for the age of these whiskeys, the flavors you're getting off of them, it is amazing. That one is about $70. Next up, this is a Total Wine pick, and this is a OESO from Four Roses. It is 108.4 proof. This lives up to the description when you read OESO. OESO says fruity, red berries, medium body. This is like a fruity fruit bomb. It is so good. Lots of cherry, lots of apricot, peach. It is so fruity. I love it. Next up, I am going to go ahead and say this Maker's Private Selection. Now, you might be surprised to find this one on here. Nowhere on this does it say single barrel, but these are single barrels. It is a hand-selected barrel that we put together. And different staves went into that barrel, and they went off of our recipe. And I I blended this with Nana's Kitchen. Now, I did not come up with this final blend, but I did approve of it. It is 1 Baked American Pure, 4 French QV, 2 Maker's 46, 2 Roasted French Mindana, and 1 Toasted French Spice, 109 proof. And we did this back in May of 2023. So last year, really, really great whiskey. Just under 100, about 70. This is the most expensive whiskey on the list, and I will admit that that is a challenge, but if you ever get a chance to buy one, it is well worth it. Blanton's straight from the barrel. This one was dumped on 5/16/22. It is 129.8 proof, and it is wonderful, wonderful whiskey. This is one of the better whiskeys I own. I'm nursing the heck out of it because I'm worried it'll, be gone one day. And, look how dark that color is. It's just loaded with typical Buffalo Trace flavors, just dialed up. You get your red, you get your cherry, you get your medicinal cherry because it's a little bit older. Just a great whiskey all around. Last up, this is the best single barrel that I own, and I don't think it is particularly close. Anyone got a guess? Before I put it up here, maybe you should lock your guess in the comments to see if you are right. Some of you who watch the channel a lot may know that I have this particular single barrel that just knocks my socks off, and that is this 139.9 proof Stagg Single Barrel Select. Don't know where the pick came from. I got it in a trade, and it is a wonderful whiskey. It is my favorite single barrel. And what are your favorite single barrels? Drop me a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite single barrels are. Don't forget the people I called out. Hopefully you will have time to make a list of your own. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing those videos. Drinking buddies, I couldn't do this without you. Every time you guys like these videos, every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you make this thing possible. My channel members, you guys are legendary. You guys make my day every day when I get to chat with you online, telling stupid jokes, sharing memes, and, sharing samples and blind flights and all that stuff. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
I'm your drinking buddy.